Survival, you're kind of treating it like a natural rock fall. You're trying not to get... Sure, give me a survival check.
Not 20, baby.
Oh yeah, you're able to get the man out without just like destroying the body even more. Although the middle of his back is kind of like jelly. He got hit. Yeah. He got hit in the back with a rock. He has a squishy part on his temple as well, where he might have got hit in the head first. He was standing there when he got hit. With your nat 20 on survival, you think this man got surprised by the cave-in.
What's above us? Was he standing above us and fell through, or was he would have had to been? Because
no,
otherwise...
with 20 he was at the spot and then was surprised by the cave-in.
Look for wands on him.
Yeah, okay, now you're searching his pockets and you're finding stuff.
Well, actually, no. If he was here attacking or doing something, he would have stuff in his hands. What did he have in his hands that are lying around?
You would have to clear more of the rocks to answer that question, but so far it doesn't look like he was holding anything.
Okay, just drag his body over to where these guys are.
All right. Well, you're still unearthing him. Grinthark ends up climbing down the rope quite easily. He makes no progress at first. He makes no progress at first, but then is able to grab his dagger, and he also grabs the knotted rope that they had.
Good man.
Perfect.
So you've got a thick hemp knotted rope that's probably after cutting it.
What is down the old?
Man, do you want to throw the light down here? It's kind of dark down here. Okay, everyone, be careful. She drops the light stone down there. It goes down about 15 feet, and then there's a very, very cramped tunnel that seems to run east towards the east. Like the kobolds
tunneled in. This tunnel that we're in is not new.
Yeah, it's a combination between, like, they've rounded some of the older stuff. It's hard to tell without being a miner, but there are signs of picking.
Do you hear anything down there?
No, man. There's a bit of wind. Don't see any light down here, so I have a movie brought. I'm coming back up this.
If there's any lizard people down there, we got that tasty blue elf that might suit your fancy.
Are you yelling?
Yeah.
Okay. There's this ever so distant... that seemed to worry Grinthark when you yelled when he was already down there. He's like, pull me up!
I'll start pulling him up.
Grinthark yells back, shut up!
Yeah, man, I think there's more of those things. I heard some of them when you yelled out. There was kind of a.
That's why I yelled.
Grizak yelled. Why the fuck would you yell?
Okay, so Grinthark got his dagger, and there's a knotted 25-foot hemp rope. I don't know if you want to put that on someone's sheet.
We'll put that on a sheet because.
Okay.
Or I'll put that in the loot at least.
At this point, it is all quiet, and there's only one other path that you have not looked down for those with the OCD.
I've got the OCD. I need to get his ass up the rope, and the fastest way to do that is to bring the monsters.
To bring the monsters, or to bring the light back up. Yep. Grinthark climbs back up, and the group of you, Grizak's still trying to unearth the body and look around for things.
Here.
I don't want to go look down here. What else do I notice?
It'll just take a second. Is he okay?
He's jelly.
Ew.
No. Answer, no. Had a bad day.
Okay, Grinthark's patting down this side chamber. Comes to an end. Looks like part of it was tunneled, part of it was chipped at. You do see some mining equipment Most of it's like really small. There's a bag. It's got a bad smell, kind of like a fishy smell.
Okay.
Brinthar goes over and kind of kicks over the bag.
Is it like an altar?
Nope, it's just a. That's actually a pillar of stone that goes to the ceiling, and he kicks over a little bag, and it looks like somebody had collected. They're half rotten and still maybe just a little bit alive, like a bunch of crayfish. You notice that there's probably, oh, I don't know, several dozen kind of cracked open crayfish littering this little chamber.
This is somebody's own?
It doesn't look too permanent. It's like people dropped a few mining supplies. You find a bag of sling bullets and a quiver of 6 arrows in it.
Size.
Everything's medium small, so they're smaller, but you could use them. Ziva has used some arrows, so she takes the 6 arrows.
Okay. Grab the gear.
You want the slings?
No, slings have no value. Sorry,
Okay.
I apologize. The sling bullets, I don't think we've actually thrown any still. We've used like 4 bullets in total.
Okay, there's
I got 100 bullets for each of the guys with slings.
there are 12 of them that are in a bag, and then a bag of half-dead crayfish. They're still alive, though. They're still, like, slowly moving.
I'm gonna put the 12 sling bullets on the list because, damn it, the crayfish will leave. Should we bring this to the druid?
Yeah,
Why would you bring it to the druid?
You might like a snack, or maybe we could feed it to the elemental thing. I don't know, kind of sparky or something like that.
Alright, we're gonna bring Grizak the crayfish.
Okay, bag full of like 20 recently caught crayfish. It still
Alright.
smells bad because you get the sense.
If we could rub it on Grizak, he'll smell better.
They come back over. There's this kobold archer.
Yeah, let's pick up his bow and arrows and anything else he's got that's nice.
Don't you guys have detect magic? I mean, no.
Okay. The kobold has a really nice suit of studded leather. It seems to be made from the supple leathers of some sort of lizard or snake.
This is like the enhanced or whatever.
And it has bone studs, and we'll call it expert stud leather.
Expert studded leather.
Wait, this doesn't have any metal?
No.
Ooh.
He has in one of his pockets a small wooden vial that is carefully tied shut, kind of sealed.
Okay.
He's got 5 gypsum pieces in another pocket. They're worth 25 silver apiece.
Adam, are you writing this down?
I also have a dog that's chewing on a thing. It's kind of loud.
No comment.
Chew harder.
Yeah, gypsum can look like crystals. Okay, they're like yellow crystals.
Trading pea.
He has a regular short bow and but a dozen arrows.
Okay.
They have black fletching, but they don't have that cruel end with the like ghoul flesh on it or anything like that.
Yeah. Because that was a thing.
But the fletching looks similar. It's like the same birds. As a weaponsmith, you're like, somebody's using the same feathers.
Maybe kobolds like this sort of thing. Maybe something else.
All right, so you've marked down a potion and or some sort of alchemical thing.
Yep.
And 12 arrows and the gypsum pieces. The other goblins didn't have much. Like, they had maybe...
Sorry, Ahmed was texting me about not breathing into the microphone, so, and you do it because natural reaction.
Actually, I meant do it louder, but whatever.
The other 3 kobold bodies had 5 silver coins apiece. They are old, like the Sarvo coins. They're all dating within like a 5-year period.
It was 2, right?
5 apiece of 15 silver.
Each.
Okay, 15.
Now, the wizard. These bodies look like they just died. They're cool because it took you a while to get down here, but you get the feeling that they died in the collapse.
Yeah.
In fact, this could very well be the place that caused the collapse.
This guy was standing right freaking here. He wasn't above. He was down here. So this guy was with the kobolds.
This meant he knew about this torture dungeon.
Well, I'm just wondering, did he? Marty, survival. Are there his footprints coming from here, or coming from the other side? Coming from north or south?
Give
of the
me
map?
another survival check.
Or was there maybe there was a staircase or a way here into the tower, right above this spot?
11. No clue.
No, you're not sure which way he came. It did look like he didn't have much in his hands when he died. Like, you looked around the rubble. He got pushed by the rocks a little bit. It's almost like the...
What kind of shoes did he have?
Little curled shoes.
All right, he came from the. He didn't come from the cave. He didn't climb with these. This guy walked in here.
The stuff that is on him, you find near him this weird, dull gray stone. It's about the size of a D8. Like, it's cut really strangely. He did have a wand on him, but his wand was, like, stuck on his belt. Like, he didn't even have it out. And you found that he's got a quarterstaff that got destroyed in the cave-in, but the quarterstaff sort of ended like this gnarly kind of like hand of wood that was holding on to a crystal, and you found the crystal kind of like hopped away, and you found the crystal that was in his staff.
Yeah, it looks like a wizard.
He has a spell component pouch. Like just sort of a material component pouch on his belt. Let me check the material components for one spell. It's like standard arcane caster components with a non-standard component. Did they make expensive components that part of?
Been checked for.
Oh, interesting.
I think the ritual stuff has expenses.
All right, you find a. I have to remember to make gold pieces silver and kind of like bring everything down. You find a 100 silver piece pearl and a tiny, tiny pouch of 50 silver pieces worth of diamond dust. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore, but he had it.
We got some.
Yep.
Powdered diamonds. Good for sure.
Ah, that's the great stuff.
All right. He sniffed the powdered diamonds.
No.
It's a good snuff. Dwarven snuff. No wonder Grizzak's poor. Sniff it all away! Hey man, why don't we go back where all the treasure is? The boxes and that sort of thing. It's got the Canticleer symbols on them. Canticleers are not around
Did
anymore.
you guys find out what was down the other hole?
What do you mean they've got the Canticleer symbols on? The Canticleers, they're not around anymore.
Wait, what's down the other hole?
But how did the wizard end up down here? Assuming this is the master of the tower, how did he end up down here but still have that I'm very confused.
Well, so he was standing here, and from his shoes, he didn't come through the cave. He must have come through the other way.
Yep.
Grizzak, is this your are you being serious or is this your silly talk?
No, I'm serious. Look at his shoes. Look at how he's dressed. He didn't have no climbing gear. Look at his hands.
With
No way he would have gone up
your
this road.
critical success on your survival check, it was like the wizard was standing here talking to the two kobolds when the cave-in happened.
He was talking to them. Look at him. Look where he's standing. Their weapons ain't thrown at him. He ain't injured from no spear. He was talking to them, and then something happened.
Maybe there is skullduggery.
He's probably a bastard. See if he's got another one of them coins to get out of that machine. Does he have another coin that would get him through that machine?
Pardon?
You know the machine that said, show me the coin to...
Emblem.
The emblem.
This,
Mhm.
Yeah, the seal.
Does he have a coin?
Nope.
Man, son of a bitch. Kicks him.
The kobolds do.
Mm-hmm.
Kobolds have one?
Kobolds have pockets full of coins.
Oh, the same coins.
Yep.
Ooh. Interesting. All right. He got them to come here. He was dealing with them. This foulness fell on his own ass. Son of a bitch. Let's go get some treasure. We're just gonna head back here. Kicks the guy on the way out.
This man.
You kick the old man on the way out. What are you doing that for, man?
Alright, well,
You're
maybe
clearly an
they will-
asshole.
Is the end of his staff there, or is it like?
Yeah, you have the broken bits of the end of his staff where the thing could fit in, but
That should be enough to have people recognize him. He's the man with the
yeah, with
fist
the
staff.
yep.
Staff.
His body has been taken
Yes.
out of the rubble, so I don't know if you want to.
We'll when we go to figure out how much treasure we have, then we'll decide.
Guys, you leave his body in the stones.
Well, hold on. Take the stuff that we know is valuable and leave
Yeah,
his
yeah.
body there, and then ping again. Is there magic from him?
So greedy.
His shoes? Are his shoes magical?
All right, so you guys
Done.
go
Are his
wandering over the
cloak?
barricade, shoveling some of the treasure and things that you found, and then you're going to go back and ping to see if there's any more magic. No, there's no more magic.
Oh.
It's a good
You
thought.
would have been naked if it weren't for me. You're a lucky bastard. I'm
All
sure
right,
he's got
so
it in somewhere.
the cage in area 12. Let's have a look.
Oh, Grizzak berated you for running in there when he pulled you see the ghoul? He pulled him to the door.
He gave you a nice
He's
lecture.
He's like, hey, stupid. If you just let him stay at the door, we could have hit him with spells till he died. Thing was savage, wasn't thinking straight. I'd have to get in there and get injured.
Okay, you guys were pretty dealing with like monsters and that sort of thing. It does look like maybe the kobolds got into here a little bit. One of the boxes is broken, and you can see some silver coins had kind of spilled into the corner of the box, and maybe the kobolds had snuck in and grabbed them. One of the kobolds' arrows did look like it was caught in the robes of the ghoul creature.
Okay.
Like they broke into this area and then were stymied by the ghoul.
Well, it is a ghoul.
Yep.
Okay, is there... Try your key. Try your key. Try the metal... try that...
Give me
metal twig
a
of yours.
perception check. As you're looking at this massive kind of like wall of bars and there are chests inside.
21 from Renee.
Okay, well, Renee, It probably took a dwarf to design this. Renee, you see at opposite sides of the cage, there are tiny slots that fit very flat, odd-shaped keys.
Are the odd-shaped keys the size of D20 crystals?
No, they're the size of the strange silvery daggers.
Hey, Grinthark, pass me one of the shiny one.
Yeah, man. He flicks it around and just gives you the hilt first.
Okay. Renee will go to the side.
Okay, he sees what you're looking at.
We'll insert the... you do, the count of 3.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go over to the other side here. So, hey, there's a little slot. Good eye here. Make a good thief. I mean...
That's not a compliment.
It's the Canticleers. The Canticleers were rebels, right? Rebels.
We clearly need this.
No one knew the treasure was down here.
I
Look
believe
at the
the
symbol.
word you're looking for is we are, what is the word for freeing?
Utilize it.
Liberating.
Liberating treasure. Treasures that are liberating. Liberation. Liberating.
I mean, this is the treasure of my people.
You're mine too.
Okay. The two of you simultaneously twist your keys, and then the bars begin to sink down into the ground. Kind of click, 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 click.
Ridiculously complex mechanism.
I don't write this shit.
Jesus Christ, this is some sort of... Wow.
Open that door. Who the fuck made this?
Some of the money that he spent on this dungeon used it to like fund his war efforts. Maybe he would have lost so hard.
Yeah, well, we'll say one section opens. The whole thing dropping seems a little overkill. So one section right in the middle here drops
go.
down. Yeah, man, well, it's not too bad, man. Let's go.
Much better.
Now, is there magic in there?
No, hold on.
Bing. There's no magic.
Nope. But that's where's magic, though. I'll start pulling.
All right,
out
now
the
I've got
chests.
like dark soul senses like tingling. Like now there's gonna be like a mimic in the cage.
Okay, there are 7 chests.
Okay, do they all look identical or are they different?
No, they're different, but they've all been sort of almost like branded with the Canticleer symbol on it.
Has there been anybody in this cage in a while?
Nah, it's pretty dusty in here. Maybe some claw marks from the ghoul. But
Okay.
oh, sorry, along the side where one of the chests looks like it just sort of like rotted with age, or there's something wrong with it. It was broken along one side, and some silver coins had spilled out. You could see the goblin like claw marks as they were trying to grab at the silver coins, probably pretty quickly.
All right.
You do notice a couple of other, not goblins, sorry, the kobolds, the kobold arrows throughout the room. Like, they may have fired a bunch of arrows and tried to distract it.
I guess it's time to start unlocking chests. Or are they
Yeah,
locked?
the,
Grizzak's gonna pull
none of the
chests
keys
out.
or daggers that you have, fit the locks in these chests. You're not too sure where they went.
I just pull them out.
Just pull the chests out one by one. We don't want that shit closing on us.
3 of them are empty, and we're not locked. The other 4 are heavy.
Okay. How heavy?
In terms of bulk. So the chests themselves are probably... Chest's probably 20 pounds, so 2 bulk. And then how many coins per bulk? I think it's 1,000
1,000
coins per bulk. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta make sure I'm not.
10
If I give you Pathfinder First Edition prices, you'd be the richest people ever. So I need to basically divide that by that.
You just look up this dungeon was CR2, and you just put the.
And that's how we level quickly.
This is not a CR2 dungeon.
No.
I have no idea what the acid pit does, but it can't be good.
No.
Also, did I roll for disease?
Nope.
No.
No. Perfect.
Did you want to roll for Adam Ahmed? No.
No. Cool, cool. In a party full of elves, the human stands in front.
Yeah, that's decent. Okay. The 4 chests that remain weigh... The empty chests weigh 2 bulk, and these ones weigh about 3-4 bulk apiece.
So, 3, say, 6,000?
And the one that's broken open is like you move it and it's like coming apart.
Okay, we take the empty ones and
Okay, there are 11 neatly tied sacks that are still intact. I will say one of them's broken. 10 neatly tied sacks.
well, the broken chest we finish breaking, and then we get the sacks and we stick them into one of the not broken chests.
Okay, there's some thievery checks that need to be had with your implements. I'm assuming you're going to take some time. A DC 20 open lock could break your tools.
So then we just
the
break
chest.
it. Break the chest.
Yeah, you've got some of the kobold mining implements that you're not worried about breaking. And bang! Okay, so after all of that is said and done, you've got somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 copper pennies with the that have been minted with the Baron's face on it, and a little less, somewhere between 400 to 600 silver coins with the Baron's face minted on it. Now, this feels like I'm gypping you a little bit, but remember, you started off with 150 silver coins as your starting wealth.
Yeah, you add a
Yep.
0
Yep.
to everything. Or...
In total, there's about 6,400 coins, which is approximately
bulk plus chests.
yeah 600 6 bulk.
Okay.
What's nice about this is that they're all neatly bagged, so you could probably just take things out of the chests and move them into backpacks and things.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe move them all into one chest and just sort of haul it out.
Yep. So
You do find a treasury. It does look like this Baron spent, like there's a lot of empty room in the chests, but you found what is effectively his treasury. There's no bookkeeping. There are no ledgers or anything that suggests where this money came from.
Okay, so it all goes into a chest, and Rene picks up the chest.
Okay, so 2 bulk from the chest and 6 bulk from the coins you can pick up.
Yep, but I have to hand my repair kit and
I can help you with that,
the repair kit and my sling and actually repair kit and my sling bullets will go to.
Okay, you shift some equipment around. You broke apart one of the chests, which I'll just put a gray box over, and now you're carrying another one after emptying out the treasury.
Now, do we know where we are? Because I'm looking at some pretty thin, little, tiny nonsense, tiny, weeny little walls.
Yeah.
Look at how this is like a paper Japanese wall.
How the hell are we gonna get back with all this? Not gonna be easy, also,
I guess the only option is to go into the Underdark, fight the kobolds.
Go into the cramped quarters one at a time, fighting kobolds.
Yep. It's the only option.
I don't have any of my first circle spells left, says Ziva. I don't want to do any more adventuring, if this is what this is called, she says. At least not today.
I think this is adventure, but
Oh, come on, man. This is fun, but I got a little bit of a bubble right here, so not do too good now. So I don't know what I said.
I do have more healing, but many have bobos.
Yeah, praise Lear and all that stuff. I read a poem or something.
Praise Leah.
Poem. That rhymes on a blue.
Yes, if you say it that way, it'll rhyme with blue. Sort of inject. Know
Survival?
that we could just
Oh,
take smash that wall.
Yeah, Grizak knows that digging through this rubble is probably bad because this rubble is pretty much underneath the rubble pile up above. Like this cave-in caused the whole tower to sink, and you know, yeah.
You don't want to dig here. You probably want to dig. Survival check. I guess?
A masonry wall. Yeah, you can probably figure out that wall might be the one to smash through.
Tink. Tunk. Yeah, through here.
This would get you to the secret. You're breaking into the secret prison where people died.
So did you want us to do a roll for that, or?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with you guys mentally
So we're
knowing
gonna go.
where you are.
We're gonna go and smash this. We're gonna tick our way through here because we don't want to go past the. I don't want to try to figure out how I carry the money and follow the acid and then burn my penis.
You just don't feel like doing that. So you're
I
gonna
don't
make
feel like learning
so
if I
to make it
melt away my
easier on
junk.
you, you're making the gods in the sky figure out how the fuck to attack a wall.
I think it's got dents.
It's got inches thick. No, wait, that's our edge.
I'm pretty sure it has dents as well.
Yeah, how many dents does it have? Does it have dents and hardness depending on its thickness, or how the hell does that work?
Yep.
Renee has power attack, so I can take care.
If you can help me look this up, that'd be great.
Sure, certainly. I will join in the fun of, I believe, a wall.
Wall 198. Hopefully this is not wall as in a spell.
That is, well, there is one for wall. Walls.
Fuck! It said walls as a spell. That's not what I want.
There was the previous wall. Structures such as walls and doors gain twice as much hardness for higher quality as shown on the
what
table.
page?
I'm looking at 190. And it's giving me just a little bit about walls. This is the item qualities section. That doesn't necessarily. It basically tells if it was actually here. A wall of expert quality gains +2 hardness. A wall of master quality gains a +6 hardness. A wall of legendary quality gains a +12 hardness.
Okay, so +2. He made his vault secure.
Okay,
And then it's made of stone.
So it would be stone. And it should be stone, and it should be inches, I think, do a thing. So let's. Stupid dwarves and everything called stone.
You're up. Ting. I just feel so comfortable.
No, the structure of combat. Fuck off.
Maybe in materials?
Mm-hmm.
A wall of stone, maybe?
354, 355, 354. Aha! Special materials. No.
Stone's not that special.
Oh, but materials is right before the special materials. This is stone, hardness 7. It is a hardness 9.
And then how many dents? Or is it just a stone structure?
Yep. Okay. So we know what the hardness is of stone. There is a concept of a structure.
So the hardness of doors, reinforced structures, and the durable constructions are usually twice the hardness listed in the table.
Okay, so 14.
Yes.
And then it's 16 because it's a vault.
Yep.
Okay, so now what?
I power attack my way through it.
Okay, how much damage do you do on a power attack?
2d8 plus 4.
So the
So I
second
have
you
to-
do more damage than its hardness, it takes a dent.
Right, and if I get 2 dents, it's destroyed.
Okay, so you
If
mine
I
your...
didn't have power attack, it wouldn't be possible without using magic weapon.
Okay, so you manage to... basically Kool-Aid Man your way through through this section of the vault, gaining access once again to this area, the once secret passageway.
Does my door meet the standard of the dwarf?
Yeah, man, that's a pretty good. I don't know about you, but I'm not a dwarf. But
It's really destructive.
oh man, well, maybe just the cave-in did it. I don't know. You guys end up lugging the chest out. Oh man,
Relax.
the former baron probably took all this money from people. I mean, people have long memories and stuff like that. It's only been 30 years.
Probably, but wasn't he the Baron of Human?
Yeah, man, Baron of Human, he revolted against the Cornel, and I don't know, man. Just gotta be careful, maybe.
I think that we should go to the ant to see what the thing is going on here.
Yeah, and that's not a bad idea. Let's go and talk to her, man. It's kind of
First things first. Let's get Frank's party. It's probably lonely by now.
yes, your pet.
Yep. Everyone doing it right? No one's injured?
Okay, you march out to the beginning of the grim torture dungeon. Grizak hauls all the way back to pick up Sparky, who is still trapped in his.
We'll go with them because we'll leave the chests around the corner here
Okay.
to go pick up the brass painting thing.
Oh, you go back into the chamber to pick up the big seal of the Canticleers. Okay.
Yep.
You pick up the big seal. The brass painting thing has a bulk of 2
I think we also throw the imp body.
inside the chest.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, you take the imp body.
Yep.
You've got the big Canticleer family crest. You've got Sparky, who's trapped in a chamber pot. He's still moving around.
Chest of silver and copper can declare coins. Can declare symbol. Brass. Imp body. I don't know if we have to.
Sparky? Yeah, they found...
Sparky was the negotiated name.
Sparky was the creature that that they captured. They captured this small lightning elemental. They've got it right now in a clay chamber pot with like a wooden seat as a lid and kind of all strapped up with straps. So Grizak's got a buddy. They killed an imp in the best invisibility fight ever.
Oh my God.
Fast
My
healing.
face right now.
What's that? No?
That is the expression of the fight. Just.
No. The fight with the kobolds went quick.
Oh yeah.
Fight with Ghoul wasn't too bad, although Renee's not feeling too hot.
Okay, take off armor.
You can
Door shield.
yeah. Hello, is anybody down there?
Yeah, we're down here. We there's a little monster thing.
Everything all right down there?
Could you throw down that rope?
Yeah. People, they didn't quite climb all the way down to this point. You're gonna have to climb up, but you can see that townsfolk have begun to like dig through the rubble as you are picking yourself back out of the place. You're now up here with all this bulk, and you can see townsfolk. The dust has begun to settle, and you notice that there are some men pulling what look like a couple of kobold bodies out of the rubble. They've got 3 kobold bodies that are kind of splayed out.
There's more of them down there. There's a tunnel to their something.
And you, you just missed the caretaker.
Where is she?
She went up. She's over by that crowd. They point up the hill towards the caretaker's manor. And
That is the direction we go.
okay, how are you getting all the treasure down? You guys are scrambling down with this big box, or are you leaving it up here, or?
We're not leaving it up
There's
here.
at least 30 townsfolk standing around helping moving things out of the rubble.
Well, I think we're going to bring the stuff we found to the lady, maybe? I mean, she's family?
How rich is this lady?
Well, she might be 500 silver pieces rich.
Are you leaving the kobold bodies you found here down
Yeah.
there, or are you pulling them back up?
I will help them pull up the bodies. No, we'll leave them. Townsfolk can do that. Townsfolk work.
Hey, see the little red dragon? Drake's has been subscribed for 6 months.
Six
it's
months.
Little red dragon. Cool.
Oh, Drake, what's going on?
Has it been that long, Drake? Fuck, time flies.
Leave me in this shit.
Are you pulling the bodies down? No?
Oh, we'll leave them.
Okay.
The townsfolk can do that.
You guys
Oh.
are able to scramble down. Some of the townsfolk help you, and I don't know if you feel awkward or not as they're helping you carry down your treasure. What's in here? This is one of them.
Something to show the keeper.
Keeper.
Monster body and
I don't mind him. He's not from here. He means the caretaker. Auntie, says Ziva. All right. Oh, you notice one person walking near Grizak and kind of hold up his hand and like, "You okay?"
Oh yeah, I'm doing just fine.
What's in there?
Oh, it's a baby.
It's kind of like a little strobe light going off inside this this makeshift container.
Baby creature thingy called Sparky.
Okay. A couple of the menfolk do wander over towards you. The fat guard that was on the bridge recognizes you. Hey! Why did you go running into the trouble like that? You could save that for the professionals. He's sweating, just standing there. You couldn't picture him going down and doing what you guys did.
don't worry, your job is secure. Don't worry. We're just traveling through.
Okay, you can see a crowd of people that seem concerned, and the aunt of Ziva and Zira is standing there, and I'll put down a token to represent her. She looks different. At first, you didn't recognize her. Were it not for her slightly elvish garb, she's got like an elvish patterned robe on, but something is wrong. She does not have elvish ears.
They've been clipped.
Is it on conversation layer or the map?
Nope, I'm on the map, but I can go to the conversation layer.
Okay, don't
Oh no, I'm gonna go to the town map.
Town map.
Belheim town map. Way over to the right hand side. There's your group, which I'll
Oh,
replace.
How 1950s lounge singer of you.
What map is this?
The
On that?
Belheim.
I can force you to my view.
I can bend your view to mine.
There is only one view. There are 4 lights.
Okay, she recognizes you right away, however.
Hello.
Zira, Ziva, over here.
Assuming Zero comes up as well.
Yep. Oh, when I heard that you had rushed into the danger, I was worried.
It's all right. We have our guards with us.
Her eyes are different as well.
You look very human. Does she have
She is, there's a brief flash of embarrassment. Yes, she says. It makes the locals feel better. It is a
I know exactly how you feel. Most people are shy because that's probably my handsomeness and good looksome.
she just kind of like twists her mouth in this
It was a
pursed smile as Grizak comes forward.
He's a hobo we found on the road. He's been touched by the gods.
Many times. Oh, yeah.
We're taking him to see the oracles?
She raises her hand to her nose for a moment. We do make soap in this town. I suggest you
I
buy
love
some.
soap. It's tasty and stuff. It's good.
When does it rain next?
I was hoping it wouldn't rain for the festival, she says. I'm looking forward to hearing your blessing. And,
Renee's put it down to big ass chest.
Yep. And many of us, she does glance at the sigil, the burned sigil on the chest, and she has a brief flash of concern. Many were looking forward to the celebration that comes after the blessing.
Yes.
She looks up at the tower.
Yeah, there's little lizard monsters that are perhaps conspiring with the mage of the tower. A man with a fisted staff.
The mage of the tower? No, the witch tower has been off limits for quite some time.
Now, there's someone in there. He was in the tower. Funny, he's an older guy. White hair, messed up, had a claw.
That dude left a good 24 people to starve to death in there when you lock it up a long time ago. Their cells behind the wall.
Yes, the witch tower has been off limits since before I arrived. Since some of the Cornell's soldiers put down the rebellion. If I understand the stories correctly, the people in the dungeon were removed and freed.
No, they're still there.
Prisoners of House Canticleer. And of the Baron.
Well,
The good
body
Baron
that were in
Sarvo,
there
as they say.
were left starving to death.
She's like... She now wants to continue this conversation elsewhere. What of this man
I
that
am
you found?
Renee, by the way.
I am Lady Origina. They call me the caretaker, or also the Baroness.
Hey, do you know what Sparky needs to eat?
I don't know what Sparky is, dear.
Oh, he's a little baby. As a baby. He's in here. He's a little angel.
We should probably move inside, as like Grizak is waving a chamber pot. Like,
Yep. Yes. If the excitement is done, But back up a moment. You mentioned a man. White hair?
Yeah, he had this gem and a little weird staff, gnarly hand. I think Rene's got it, and he was holding it, but it all went smashing on his head, and he died.
Yeah, you also
But
got
he was working with the gnolls or the goblins or whatever the fuck you call them.
a couple of other things in his pouches. Give me a second.
We got a couple of these things, but we
Got
might
some
show them. Dude,
He did have a ring. And one more thing. Where was that?
Wizard's ring. Does it have an arcane mark on it? Or a sigil, as it's now called?
And a brass key in one of his pockets as well. The wizard's ring does have a little sigil on it. It's like a stylized H.
his name is probably Howard.
Howard, she says.
I'm guessing.
He,
What else would an H stand
do you
for?
do you recognize this sigil?
But I wish I could read, though.
She seems very surprised. That's Hunclay's ring.
I knew it.
She points like right up the hill from where you're standing, and to this massive manor. Hunclay is a wizard of no small power. That is his manor.
Do you
Well,
have a staff with a hand on it holding a jewel?
Not quite a hand. It was more like
a weird nasty claw.
a wooden stick.
Yeah, it was like this, nasty.
Yes.
Did he have a beard?
Yes, he was older for a human.
Was
His
his
hair-
stomach very jelly-like?
His hair turned white, and he was not a fat man. He was a very determined and studious man.
Or probably the stones
I
that did
think
that.
he has replaced Determined and Studious with Squish Undertower after conspiring with Kobold.
Oh, he's pretty dead.
Conspiring with the kobolds.
Yeah, he was talking and ordering them around. You could tell
He-
from how they were standing.
He was an eccentric and misanthropic loner, but conspiring kobolds does not sound like him.
The fuck did she say? He was an asshole? Because he sounds like an asshole.
Word of the week. I need to look up synthropic. I don't know what that means. Give me a second.
Yeah, he was synthropic, alright. It looked like he had diarrhea all the time.
A misanthrope?
Oh, misanthropic.
Yep.
I missed the miss at the beginning. I was synthropic, and I was like, what you take? I don't know. I'm misanthropic. I know.
A person who just likes others.
Yep.
Who's a loner.
That's a word I know.
His manor is full of traps, and he has warned us to stay away. He moved here years ago and constructed the manor. He always complained about the tower that next to him. Apparently it blocked his view.
Maybe he paid the kobold to mine it down. I don't know why they attacked so hard. They attacked us first, right? I'm just like, because I wasn't here for the initial that.
Kobolds attacked you first, yep.
Okay.
They shot
We
first.
threw the first punch.
No, the first.
Rennie
kobolds.
threw the first.
There is a, she says, there is a kobold tribe that lives nearby. We've spotted them several times in a nearby flooded quarry. Most of the stone in the town from the older buildings were mined from that quarry. It's not far from here. You would just have to follow Old Quarry Road. We're on it now.
It's them. Remember the crayfish? It's probably them, because where else you can get them fucking things? Probably from water.
If
It gotta
they're
be them.
tunneling into our town,
That is the thing. You're probably going to want somebody to clear the tunnel or keep it for some sort of thing after the kobold decide to leave.
why did the two of you go running in? She like grabs both of your hands.
Oh,
I told
there's
you, Ashley,
there's
we were
there's
safe.
five
We
of
had
us.
our bodyguards.
There's 5, not 2.
The Witch Tower is dangerous, and people don't take very kindly to that symbol anymore. There's a lot of ill feelings still about the coup. Those townsfolk that didn't go with the Baron likely ended up in that dungeon.
There's a little horrible monster in there too. It was a bird, but it turned into like a little thing.
Yeah, the weird druid.
Okay, she seems concerned at this.
Let's go inside. Can we go inside?
Yes, let us go up to the manor. I have to have a word with the sheriff first. She wait here, she says. Cover that up. She's pointing at the symbol on the chest. She goes and talks to a few.
Stand in front of it. And...
Yeah, she goes and talks to a few people, and that fat guard comes over. You're not too sure if he's the sheriff or not. She does eventually come back. She seems annoyed, but brings you to her manor. You pass by the Sunset House, which is a mortuary. And there's a graveyard at the bottom of the hill. The Green Hill Road leads up to the Caretaker's Manor, which is an impressive looking structure. It is not elven, although you can see the signs of the elvish touches to the patterns of the curtains in the window, and that elvish glass has been installed where there might have been just simply shutters before. She has a hobby. What is her hobby?
Unless she has some interesting jewelry. What is she, a spellcaster?
That's what I was looking. Looking to see if I can find some stats for a lady. Lady Orgina is nope. She's the equivalent of an aristocrat, so I'm guessing they don't have NPC. So no, she's just a lady.
She is a one-hit die elf.
Or maybe has a few class levels. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Are there NPC classes in the game? Don't know.
That might be something that's like a later book. Oh, there's something about becoming an NPC. Oh, well.
That's fine. I can just take a... Oh, the bestiary has some sample people. Like, it has some people as opposed to monsters. Let's see what they did.
Regular people don't do things that are beyond level 2.
A halfling footpad is just an evil halfling humanoid small. Creature level 0. A vile necromancer. Has arcane spells. He kind of looks like a...
Sorcerer?
Oh, are you kidding me? They don't tell me what level it is? They just stick stats there? This is awful. I really, really, really do not like the monster manual because it doesn't hint at or show me what the framework is for building the monsters. It just has bonuses. Like, I do not know why a skeleton has a +6 to hit. Like, I can't figure it out. It's a 0th level creature, it has a +6. I don't know what's going on.
That would be why most of the things we're fighting, I'm like, wow, they have huge to hits.
Mm-hmm. Like I tried to figure out what the damage of a large weapon was because Mark's barbarian that he created has a power that allows him to use oversized weapons.
It adds +2.
Does it say it somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go up a die category, and then once you get to D12s, it just adds 2.
Okay. So that happened, but then I looked at Hill Giant and can't figure out for the life of me why they've got 3 damage dice and non-magical. Like, there's no power that it's just... They've got numbers, and we're going back to 2nd edition land, which is also 4th edition land, where it's just there are some numbers, and you don't know if they're wrong or not because there's no framework that explains how the numbers were derived.
There's no way for the players to criticize.
Right, it's just the numbers. It's the DM's numbers, like they're mystical. I kind of see what these things are. Like, I can kind of see a mercenary scout sort of looks like a third level character. I'm assuming that's what creature 3 means. A cleric of Rovagug. So an evil cleric, crazy cleric, CR3. He's got 2nd level spells, so it's like somebody created a 3rd level cleric, but then got rid of all the stuff that makes it look like a character, like a PC character.
So it makes them easy to play.
It's an easy stat block, but it's not an easy stat block to create. Yeah, she's just an aristocratic elf. She's got some skills, maybe, but she's not a caster. Not
The rogue's got rogue power.
She takes you into her home. We'll say that her hobby is tulips. She's got a nice tulip garden. Grizak plops down onto a divan and just starts snoring. Oh god, he's annoying even when he sleeps. If I never hear...
What happened?
He is a bit dirty, isn't he? Please don't wander around here. She has some of her servants cleaning up after Grizak.
He's touched by the gods at some level.
Right.
Kobolds have been spotted more and more as of recent days. Recent months, at least.
We opened the chest and shore the dead imp.
What is that?
It's a druid.
That is not a druid. It is some sort of spellcaster's monster toy, but there was no spellcaster to go with it.
The witch's tower. Perhaps some sort of witch's familiar. The Canticlers were interested in the witch tower. It is why I had it off limits to explore. There were cursed things and spooks and vile rituals. I didn't trust the abilities of my sheriffs or any of the lawmen to go and clear it out, and we haven't had adventurers here in, well, a long time. Certainly no one like Sulla and his 3 daughters.
Sulla and his $3.
Oh, a local legend. Some adventurer long ago founded the town. I was young then, she says.
You don't look a day over
200.
70? He's just picking a number.
That would have me being quite a small child.
110? Shut up. I have no idea. It's very difficult to understand.
How much over to you? Let it elves talk, man. You've got an interesting bunch, she says to the 2 sisters. I don't know what this thing is. I assume that it is some sort of fell creature from the Witch Tower in the days before. This is long ago. A family of spellcasters, horrible ones, once lived there. The Canticlers used it. The ruin was there when the Canticlers took over. They must have plumbed its depths and used it for their own purposes. When the Cornell's men came here with the bows and spells, they cleansed that place and, well, might have missed a thing or two in the excitement. She picks up one of the pouches and kind of goes like this with it.
It is a coin with Chanticleer marking.
Is Hunclay's body down there?
Oh yeah, they squish real good under rock. Though we pulled him out, but it was still down there.
We will likely need to bring him out of there. While he's feared in town, he is a townsfolk.
Did he have a wife or partner of something?
No, like I said, he was a loner.
Children or something to, create a big house on the hill and an eyesore-looking thing?
I gotta say,
No.
I look funny when I'm sleeping.
An interesting thought, but please don't go anywhere near his manor. I will need to summon forth probably an army full of people to go up there. I'll have to check the records to see who his considerable manor will get bequeathed to. Until then, the things that you found on him, are they in here somewhere?
Not in that one, they're actually in the bag, but come on, man.
Yeah, man, you can have his ring back. That's kind of nice, but the rest of it is, What do you mean the rest of it?
Finders keepers. Losers dead food.
She kind of asks, like, can I open up one of the bags?
Yeah.
She spills some of the coins on the table and has a look at one of them. Interesting. This Baron thought very highly of himself. Even before his rebellion, he was minting coins with his image on it. Something that I think angered our Colonel greatly.
Did they have the standard? Were they using, like, the silver standard? AKA, is it the silver piece, just a silver piece, and you melt it and turn it into a silver bar?
Yep.
Okay. If we have a forge around here, we could get rid of the marking, or just hit with a hammer.
It is not uncommon for merchants to do this, although in this quantity you might get an eyebrow raised or so. I will not have a problem with you keeping this. If you continue to help out your town. Oh, your auntie's town, she says.
Of course. The kobolds, since there's a tunnel that goes from their horrible place to under the witch tower, it's really a dangerous thing, and...
Yes. The kobolds has become hostile towards us. This collapse of one of our great buildings is an attack. They should be removed.
Nothing like a little genocide to make the illegal good.
Especially if they have come to camp in the flooded quarry. That is a bit too close. It may begin to cause panic with such hostile creatures nearby.
Marty?
Yep.
In this reality, are races fixed in a way where...
Nope, but
Like,
they do have racial gods. Like Kurtle Mac is the evil kobold deity that most kobolds worship.
Okay, I think it's like the driving out the kobolds versus like squishing all the kobolds.
She's saying that there's a hostile tribe that is living next to us, and
Oh, yeah, they're definitely on the warpath. Okay.
Is this something that you and your friends can do?
I think so, as long as we don't do it in the tunnels. It's good to know that we don't have to go through those, because it's really hard to see in the dark. I thought it would be easier, but apparently not so much.
Well, given that you survived the dangers of this, and you found things that Elven eyes didn't find, or at least the soldiers, long ago. I could raise a small militia to help do this, but competence is not.
I have seen this. I have seen the quality of your guard. They probably need a few laps around the town before they're ready for excursion.
Yes. This is not the support. This is not the sort of thing that they are trained to do. Perhaps I'll have them double up patrols to make the people in town not panic as much. Bunch of devil dogs running around. It's not the sort of thing that we want, especially before the festival.
Is that the devil dog, or is the little other thing a devil dog?
A colloquialism about the kobolds. They are worshippers of some fell cave lizard deity. Don't get the gnomes going about the kobolds.
A gnome. All right. Don't get that. Is there a temple of cord in here somewhere?
No temple of cord. There is a temple to the god of trade, and a shrine. And that's where I was. Is there a goddess of beauty? Because it would be poetry and arts. I guess the festival, like there's a shrine to Lear here, of course.
How many days until full moon?
Until the festival?
Mm-hmm.
6.
That's enough time to scare away some kobolds. We'll go boo and they'll run away and it'll all be done.
Yeah, she tells you the Shrine of Seven Roses is the shrine to Lear, and the Holy House of Mukol is the local god of trade. Trade, negotiation, and fair dealing, and really neutral god.
And there was a... Alright, so there's no temple to just return the holy symbol to. That's fine.
You're free to stay here if you want. She looks at... Although I'm going to have to ask for that one to stay in the stables. She says, "Just a sec."
Merci beaucoup.
At least until he gets... until he bathes.
Oh, just wait for rain.
I'm assuming whatever that is, it's...
You could also cast some water, but rain's more fun.
It is some sort of electricity monster.
Ah. Well, just make sure that it doesn't disturb the ponies and the horses.
Alright. Horsey.
Is he quite all right?
Hold on. We're speaking.
He's been touched by the gods several times, and it appears to have left a mark on his mind.
Ah, well, he can visit one of the temples. Perhaps they will know more. He looks to Zira.
That's the plan. Try to get him to a place where they might know why he has been touched and why they speak to him and why they so addle his brain.
Actually, she goes up to Zira and Ziva. It is so good to see you, girls. I'm looking forward to spending some quality time with you once all of this is done. And don't worry, we'll pay your mercenaries.
A smile and nod is just... as soon as the lady has left the room, Rain is going to...
She goes about ordering some... Help them bring up their things. Let them stay in the guest suite. This one, and she looks at Grinthark, like asking a question, like, is he a servant or is he a guest?
He is a guess. And Zira gives Grinthark a stern look.
These two can stay in the spare servants' quarters, the guest suite for my nieces, and this one, please remove him to the stable.
Whoopee! Yeah! You hear that, Maggie? You got a whole stable. Teach you how to eat grass. It'll be great.
They've got like half a dozen like really white and well cared for riding horses and ponies.
They're not going to wait in the morning.
Running around in the caretaker's stables and yards. Grizzak's got Sparky.
This is what we called a blank portrait.
Grinthark and Renee are sharing some very, very humble quarters, like two little cots basically, and like a lantern, and yeah, it's not sleeping on the road. Whereas Ziva and Zira are given some pretty ostentatious looking quarters, like basically a quarter of this top building.
So what is wrong with the lady?
Oh, you guys end up speaking afterwards?
Well, with the Grinthark.
Oh man, what do you mean? What's wrong with the lady?
She does not have the ears. I thought she was family.
Oh yeah, and I have no idea what the fuck is going on there. She looks a human, and a round ear, and doesn't have the right eyes. It's not shaped. I don't know, magic maybe. Maybe that's what happened when you live amongst you. Maybe that's what
Elf
happened.
can hide their ear away so that you could be talking to an elf and not